It's Week 15 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Broncos burner at wide receiver, as utter dominance has moved him within range of the single-season receiving record. It's the Broncos and the Raiders, and it's all up next.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Broncos in this one. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
And off we go from Denver. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And a look here at their signal caller, the fifth-year quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Reese, and a result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 13 carries, 58 yards.
And a rushing title's definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 2nd down, it's Reese, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. The Broncos at 11-2 now, and they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Redmond. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Up the middle they go. Reese. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Second down, here's an option right. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, these two teams have met up in Denver earlier this season with the Broncos winning that one. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Denver.
Looking to throw on second down. Parks, and his throw is incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
And just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And what a great call defensively there, because they decided to bring pressure off the corner. And a lot of times, those big linemen, they can't account for the speed of a defensive back. And that time, he made a beeline right for the quarterback and got him. The cat blitz, tough to defend.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And a gain of 4 gets them right to the midfield stripe.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
This is Reese on the ground.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So they're just trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
They'll run on first down. It's Reese. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4. Throwing is Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that's football 101, isn't it? Tip your cap to the rookie. He knocked that one away, but he better not relax. They're going to test him all game long.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who is shaken up.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. In motion, the tight end.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
11 more on that one and another first down.
And this Yes, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. His throw incomplete.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you would end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. McClendon. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Parks. And that is incomplete. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. That's pulled in at the 32. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. To throw on 2nd down. Parks. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
first down. Parks. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 18 yards that time to push him up first and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. McClendon. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there.
With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are back within a score. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. On second down now, it's Reese, and he'll be corralled right around the 34.
55 rushing yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Here's Wilson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On first down, Wilson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Wilson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way home for the Broncos score. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
In the second quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game. And I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 1st and 10, Parks.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Parks. And he wisely will throw that one away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not... receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 43. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. 43 yards.
And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the 1st half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing on 1st down. Parks. This will be caught at about the 6. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we've hit halftime.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that 1st half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the 2nd half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And they run the option on 2nd down.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first. Up the middle they go. Reese. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. 62 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead.
When you play one with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. All on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Parks.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Parks. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. That's taken on the 25. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off play action. Parks. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Off the play fake. Parks. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The defense coming through, and 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's the Raiders punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. He finds his man, complete. It's Shepard. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
On third down, it's Reese, and this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10.
The Raiders heading out to take over.
And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drill. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
He finds his man, complete. It's Shepard.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Touchdown, Broncos! A great play there. With touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Broncos take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headline. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Parks. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter play. Back now here on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw again. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell.
Here we go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Parks into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
Right back to him on 1st down.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff up the middle. Reeves.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. And some space here. And all the way home for Broncos score. A big play there. 51 yards.
And the Broncos look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you know how Broncos goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Steps away. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Back to throw. Parks. And he will find his man on the outside. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
Looking to throw. Parks.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Here we go.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, and you have to get the ball back. Everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands. Whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. He competes for the football at the end of the play.
For almost 8 years, 64 stood as the NFL record for the longest field goal. That has since been eclipsed. It's now 66, but still 64-yarder. Pretty impressive, CD.
Absolutely agree with that, because if you drill a 60-yarder in an NFL game, you've got a lot to be proud of, record or no record. And only a handful of guys can even attempt it. Excellent job there, putting that one through the pipes.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. Parks. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Garrett Stingley picks it.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner, hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one. I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Off play action. Parks. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense
It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and we'll see the Broncos burner at wide receiver. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Broncos and the Browns under the lights on Sunday night.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos.
Brandon Gaudin joined as always by Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Broncos in this one, and they know that they are in for a fight here.
And anytime you're dealing with the #1 defense in the league, all through your preparation, you know that yards are going to be tough to come by. But working in their favor, they can run the football. One of the top 5 teams in the league in that category. So I expect this one to be a tight, hard-hitting affair, and both teams playing to their strengths.
From Denver. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
Looking to throw right away is Watson.
He finds his man, complete. That's Wood. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw it more? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10.
Chubb will get the call running left. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. And that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the side.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise.
So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game.
They're led out by a former #2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And despite the 3 touchdown passes he threw, there's a lot to work on this week, wasn't there?
Ton of interception.
Yeah, I mean, when you're going really with almost a 1-to-1 ratio, that's not going to work for you well at all. Not over the long haul. The beauty, though, somehow found a way to win.
Yeah, they still got the win last week. On second down, it's Reese.
And a pretty good burst there as he get this across midfield and down to the 46.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader. And quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing. And let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real. And it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP, Tom.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down and will. Up the middle they go. Reese. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
The Broncos at 12-2 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They get the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. In motion goes the tight end. They'll go option to the short side. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Reese, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there.
That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Broncos will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Jason Sanders down for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Watson being chased out left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack, and that'll bring up 3rd. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. Taken right around the 44. Dances by him. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go play action now. Wilson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On 1st down, Reese. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On 3rd down, it's Reese, and he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. Now Wilson. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this Browns defense stands tall.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 13. To throw is Watson.
And complete to Drake London. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. Give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. And they've moved dramatically away for the Rams.
Sometimes that's tough for those big folks.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
They'll run on 1st down. Reese. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. second down now. Redmond, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Reese.
And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Wilson, he's going to keep it.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Season. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Sanders on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, will just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To the air yet again, Watson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The final shot before the break, Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku.
And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And the Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter play. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Reese, and he's got room.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 90 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Redmond. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. Center's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
And Charles, his name etched in the NFL record books. Just the 2nd field goal ever made from 66 yards as he ties Justin Tucker's NFL record.
And everything had to go right for that field goal to be converted. The snap, the hold, the protection, all had to be perfect. No wind working against you, and he nails that one. Congratulations on an incredible kick.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Watson. And his throw here is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over it.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nearly a huge return as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. The ball pumped in the air and intercepted.
And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
This is Wood. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming back. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
It's a gain of 35. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now it's Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, the field goal is probably not going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 103 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. They'll keep it on the ground. Rees, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now. The Broncos send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right.
And now off to the races, down the right side. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
This fielded right at the goal line.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt. First down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And this is caught for the Bronco touchdown. Great effort there. 34 yards. And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. With the way that this team is playing, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, time is certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
On 2nd down, it's Reese. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
111 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Snow, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Up the middle they go. Reese, and they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Quinn Miners, 3rd-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now it's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way that's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. Coverage been awfully tight. They got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get good.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got Njoku over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Watson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Here now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Maybe a free play for Watson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Again, it's Watson.
And a dangerous throw there. Nearly intercepted on the sideline, but it's incomplete.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Watson now to throw.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Quick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Snow. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And the kick is good. So you wonder if this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and